Let's get real big. Welcome back to another edition of the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. Thanks for tuning in again. We are recapping Monday Night Football and previewing Thursday Night Football in this latest, greatest edition of the Empty Wagon Podcast. We got Brad and Josh ready to go. Give you all these breakdowns, previews, recaps, whatever else you want from us here at the Empty Wagon. We're even going to get some questions answered from the Twitter sphere out there. And we got a little tasty treat coming up for you in this edition. So let's check in with the guys. Brad, what's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Why do you think something's wrong?
Just doing it real big.
Doing it real big.
Yeah. I'm over here shaking my head. I can't help it. You're real big.
Real
You're
big.
Manny Fresh style over here.
That's right. Josh?
Oh, I'm just chilling. Apparently there's some big surprises tonight, and I am not privy to any of them. So
That's going to be a good episode.
Tons of fun.
Oh, it's undoubtedly lots of fun to be had in this episode. I'm doing great. It's a tough time of the year for a Boston fan. You got 4 sports going. Oh man, it's
tough.
It's like first world problems here.
And aren't you guys good in all of them?
Well, the Celtics just started. They won tonight. So.
Oh, well, the Cleveland Indians lost though. Oh no, that's the Cleveland. Never mind. Duh.
There you go. Yeah.
The Sox.
Okay, so geography
Sox
works
won
this way.
8-2.
Boston's in Massachusetts.
I
Cleveland's in
understand how it
Ohio.
works. I don't know. I
Okay.
was thinking Cleveland.
We'll get a map out
And
later.
The Celtics won their tip-off opener. Oh, damn it.
And Gordon Hayward has already officially played more basketball this year than he did all of last year.
That's true. And the Bruins playing tomorrow night, as is the Sox. Game 4. And the Patriots won. So, yeah.
They did, but they will not win the Super Bowl this year.
Okay, well,
That's evident.
let's get into this Monday recap of the 49ers and the Packers. And I know we said this game has the makings to be a boring game, but was it ever an exciting game to watch? Came down to the last play. Well, we did say that on the preview.
What a great game.
It was.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be a great game.
Came down to the very last
was.
play.
But I think something we did say is coming true. CJ Beathard is a streamable quarterback.
Yes.
Yeah. No, yeah, completely agree.
Him and Marquise Goodwin. I mean, we tweeted out that Goodwin connection.
17
Goodwin. Are we back on the great ones train?
Well,
Is it starting to roll down the tracks again?
I like him better than Garcon.
29 points in PPR, not bad. But you got to think he still only caught 4 passes. He was just big plays.
But that's what he is. He's not a Pierre Garcon. He's not going to catch 10 passes for 60 yards.
I think he's more of a matchup play.
Okay.
That's my opinion, which is probably right.
Well, he's still better than a lot of other options out there.
I
I mean, you
agree.
can feel good about him. And hey, the 49ers are probably going to be down a lot, so they probably need those big
And
plays to
next
get back
week
in the
they
game.
play the Rams, so they're definitely going to be down a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the running back situation in San Francisco, though.
Yeah, Alfred Morris, right? Everybody thought Alfred Morris going to do big things.
He was even listed as a starter all week.
I think he had what was that position you played in high school?
He played the it was a family show. Played the ass back last night.
Yeah. And for people out there that may not have listened to us for what's that?
So the ass back is very simple. It's like whenever you go up and you ask your coach, like, "Hey, coach, can I get in the game?" He's like, "Well, get your ass back on the bench." And that's yes,
I think that's what Alf had last night.
yeah. No, he came in for a play.
Yeah.
Didn't count.
No, he ran, but then it was a holding call. So
And then they said, "Well, get back out there. Get back on the bench. Get
Yep.
your ass back on the bench, boy."
Even Kyle Jukuzic, which everyone was kind of wondering about, he didn't really get much action either.
Well, the fumble didn't help. 3 for 30 in the fumble. That hurt his fantasy night. He only had 4 points in PPR, so it was really all about Matt Breida, of course, got a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Raheem Mostert,
Yeah, everyone called that.
we all saw that coming. 12 for 87. Looked good, actually.
he looked really good.
He looked really good.
It was about halftime when I realized that Alfred Morris wasn't out there, and I was like, who is? Because I think
Is that Alf?
he got the first drive too, I think.
Yeah, he got his name changed.
Yeah.
He got one of the first or second drives. He was out there. He was out there early and out there a lot.
And we failed you guys because we had no clue this was going to happen.
So,
I think a lot of people had no
But it was good to see that Matthew Berry also didn't know this was going to happen.
yeah, and I don't think anybody knew this was going to happen. Twitter was all the craze last night of where is Alfred Morris? I need a half a point from Alfred Morris to win my league this week.
And it didn't happen.
Yeah.
It
A
did
lot
not.
of people were upset that.
Did not happen.
Speaking of winning your matchup, Just want to give a shout out to Dylan. Good game this week. He beat me by 6 points. We were two highest scores.
Mason Crosby.
Yeah, and Jimmy Graham. He had Jimmy Graham, but
Didn't hurt.
it was a good match among Lions. Good job, Dylan. Among Lions.
All right.
He had Saquon and Tyreek Hill. That's hard to beat.
Jumping back to this running back situation, Matt Breida has been injured all year, but he keeps coming back from every injury.
He fought to play last night.
Does he have any special sauce we don't know about, or like special powers? He's like Wolverine out there. Like, I'm pretty sure if he had torn ACL, he might play the next
If he was
week.
Wolverine, he'd heal a lot faster.
He does heal. That's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't. He has these high ankle sprains and keeps playing.
But then he'd
Matt
be
Breida.
stabbing opposing defensive backs. So
Yeah.
Didn't want to lose his job.
I don't know. It just seems it seems weird to me. Like, he has all these injuries that we hear players missing multiple weeks for, and he's just back. Kind of like OJ Howard.
Yeah, I thought he was gone for a while. He is back.
Of course.
It is Brittany.
And looking good.
So the go ahead. Sorry.
George Kittle, we're going to talk about him.
Really
Before we move on
kind
to
of
Green
like
Bay.
it was really kind of a dud game. He was a bum. 4 for 30.
They said he was going to be kind of a snap count because he was coming in a little banged up. We saw in the last game he was trying to get off the field, and they had no warm bodies to put out there.
And CJ Beathard only completed 16 passes. He started out the gate really hot, and then he cooled off as the game went on. It seems like Green Bay made some adjustments that really hindered him.
Yeah, but 18 fantasy points from a streaming quarterback
It's not bad. It's
that
better
you
than
can get
what-
up, you can pick up from waivers whenever you want.
Better than Deshaun Watson got me all weekend.
Moving over to the other quarterback, Aaron. Of course, he put up numbers, as always.
Yeah, 425 yards, 2 touchdowns. That'll do it.
Yep, that's Aaron Rodgers for you. How about those backs? We saw Aaron Jones get some work. We saw Ty Montgomery get some work. And we saw Jamal Williams get some work.
Still
It's
frustrating.
ugly. Aaron Jones should have a touchdown. They reviewed it, said he was just short. And they tried giving him one run and it didn't work, so then they threw the ball.
To Ty Montgomery.
Yeah, on a screenplay.
Well, his pass blocking, Aaron Jones, that is, continues to be pretty atrocious.
It's such a weird split. It's pretty much a 30-30-30 split between the backs. Like, it's pretty even split and nobody gets any
And it
momentum
should be
going.
like a 70-30 split.
Yeah, Aaron Jones is probably the more explosive guy, but he's just not going to get to work. And until he gets to work, you can't start him.
No. I know I found that out the hard way a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, because on that first drive, I thought, oop, touchdown. He's going to have a huge game.
Wrong.
Yep.
He can't pass block. And they got behind. And that it really hurt his progress. Jamal Williams is out on the field a lot more. And he shouldn't have been. Should have been Aaron Jones. But
he has some decent runs, which they're going to be like, whoa, he looked good.
there were 3 pass catchers over 100 yards.
Yes, and they're going on a bye week, so hopefully Geronimo Allison comes back for all you Geronimo Allison owners in week 8. But let's talk about what happened in week 6. So Devontae Adams was an absolute
Foul. On the Russians.
And we even saw Equanimous St. Brown. He was involved.
He had one catch, but it was at
An
the most
amazing catch.
and it was at a very crucial part of the game.
Yeah.
I was surprised that Aaron Rodgers picked that time to throw it to him. Equanimous delivered. I have high hopes for the future. I liked him
For
a
the
lot
future, not this
offseason.
year.
Yeah.
Jamal Moore was targeted more than he was, so of your rookies. And then
Jimmy Graham raked in some catches.
He looked good.
he did.
He didn't
looked
look
very
fast.
slow. Oh my god, he's so slow.
But he plays the basketball style. He boxes out. That one where Aaron Rodgers whipped it at him, and as soon as Jimmy Graham turned around, the ball was like at his hands.
Yeah, when he did that quick little drag route.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Like, he hadn't even looked yet. He had his hands out.
3 yards out, boom, and then he was just there, and there was nothing the defensive back could do. He's
No.
like, I'm right on top of him.
Yeah. And he was literally boxing out like a rebound.
What are you gonna do?
But I think the real question with these receivers, because you know what you got with Devontae Adams, and you know what you got with Jimmy Graham, but Valdez Scantling, what's going to happen to him when Allison comes back?
I think he has a real role. I think Geronimo doesn't affect him as much as Randall Cobb does. Because I think they're using more in the slot, moving around a little more. He's not a primary outside guy. So I think even when Geronimo comes back, he will still have a role in this offense. I think Aaron Rodgers trusts him. We saw him going to him a lot early in the game, which is huge because they talked about before the game, Aaron Rodgers not liking how these rookie wide receivers aren't doing what he likes. Like, he likes to improvise, and he wants the guys to do what he wants them to do without telling them what to do.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, and Valdez-Scantling did mess that up a little bit, but I mean, there was a couple times when he threw the ball, and then you could just see Rodgers just like, no, over there, and he was kind of getting into him a little bit, and Valdez is like, yes, sir, okay, sorry, sir.
Yeah, I mean,
but then they corrected it, and he didn't shy away from throwing the ball though, and he had a big play. I think it was a 60-yard pass or something like that. He had a big play, over 100 yards receiving on 3 passes. So I mean, he's averaging
a big play in there somewhere.
Yeah, he's averaging 34 yards catch, so it's pretty good.
And Aaron Rodgers has gotten multiple wide receivers paid, so.
So wait, do you think Randall Cobb affects Valdez-Scantling more?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think they have a similar role in the offense, where Geronimo can be used more on the outside.
Okay.
Not that Scantling can't be used on the outside, but.
All right.
And before we move on, good job, Mace Crosby. Good bounce back.
Good job.
Yeah. Just thought I'd throw it out there after the 1-for-5 game.
Okay.
That was real bad.
Kickers. Robbie Gould had a game too. Whatever. Kickers.
Yeah. Okay. So that pretty much wraps up our Monday night recap. Anything else you guys want to talk on? So the Packers going into a bye?
No. Aaron Rodgers was a boss, but you don't have to play the music.
Devontae Adams.
We'd expect Aaron Rodgers to be a boss.
We expect it.
Aaron Rodgers says he wants to brace off when he comes back after the bye.
Well, you can want in one hand and crap in the other. See which one fills up first.
Yep, that is the saying here at the Empty Wagon. So before we get on to our Thursday night preview and some questions from the fans, any other waiver targets you guys are kind of going after this week? I know by the time this episode's out there, waivers will have gone through, but maybe they're still out there.
Are you asking for you or for a friend?
I'm asking for the listeners. I'm asking for me. I know Jermaine Kearse is a hot wide receiver out there because we see Quincy Nunez hurt, and everyone's kind of expecting Kearse to fill that Nunez role.
Jermaine Kearse, O.J. Howard got dropped in a few leagues.
Munster, we just talked about him. He probably will clear waivers.
Who's that?
In some leagues.
Monster.
Raheem
Mostert, the running back.
For the 49ers.
Ito Smith is, I think, got to be number one. Well, he's up there.
Well, Devonta Freeman's been out for a while, and he's getting
the goal line work.
Yeah, but it hasn't accounted for a lot of fantasy production.
No, it hasn't, but
I'd be more for him in like standard scoring than PPR or anything.
Ito Smith will be one. Taylor Gabriel, if he's still out there, I think you should target Taylor Gabriel.
So you're going O.J. Howard over Cameron Brate?
Yes.
What about streaming quarterback this week, Eli Manning?
No.
Every week
No.
this year, Atlanta has given every quarterback that's faced Atlanta's been a top 10 quarterback.
What has Eli done to make you think that would be a good idea?
Oh, nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
I saw it pop up on one of the guys on a Twitter poll, and I was like, you want to say yes, but then again, you're like, that Giants offense is so.
I understand he has 2 rings. I also understand that mistakes happen in life. Okay?
Yes.
And I'm not saying that he didn't have a part in that, but I'm also saying Joe Flacco has one, and Trent Dilfer has one, and
Brad Johnson.
Yeah, I mean
Rex Grossman.
No,
Rex Grossman didn't win. He lost to Peyton Manning.
You're right.
The hefty lefty has one because he was a backup on that.
He's a backup. I mean, that don't count. I mean,
Yeah, but
Drew
I'm just saying,
Brees
like,
has one. If
like,
you want to say
Jimmy
that.
has 2. Garoppolo.
He does. That's a fact. So yeah, I mean, accidents happen.
Okay, I just want to, because honestly, it's a tasty matchup that makes you want to go for it.
So Eli or Baker Mayfield? Baker's playing Tampa.
Probably Baker.
Is it odd to say I trust Baker more than Eli?
No, it's not. I think the ceiling's higher for Baker.
Yeah. It just...
Baker has a better offensive line. I think with Eli, it's more the offensive line than just Eli.
That offensive line is pretty awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
So if Taylor Gabriel's still out there, I'm pretty high on him too. Go out there and get him, but he's probably...
Yeah, Josh said that.
What's that?
Josh brought that guy up, but it's okay. Thanks for listening.
I don't want to be rude.
No, it's okay. You can be rude.
All right,
what about Mitchell Trubisky against New England? Trubisky or Eli?
Sorry, is this a new drop we have? Or
No, that's just me.
That's him thinking.
I have Trubisky in some leagues, and I think I'm starting him next week, but I don't want to really.
Go all in.
You got to stay in that oven or stay in that kitchen, dude. He's cooking.
He might be cooking, but Eventually, he's going to get
You just gotta
overcooked.
let it.
Okay, so this week Dak plays Washington. Dak
Nope.
or Eli?
Dak or Eli?
Yeah.
I'd rather start Big Ben, who's on a bye.
Okay. Well, so you'd rather have 0 points than anything that Dak might
No,
give you.
it's so bad. Washington's got a good defense.
These are the quarterbacks that are on waivers right now. CJ Beathard, he's playing the Rams.
What about Bortles?
Bortles is playing Houston. Yeah.
I guess Baker and Eli are.
So Baker, Eli, and Trubisky, rank them.
Trubisky, Baker, Eli.
So you'd rather-
Well, maybe Baker,
no,
Trubisky,
Baker
Eli.
first.
Baker, Trubisky, Eli.
And you don't feel good about it.
Oh, I feel better than
Did
Eli.
you ask Josh about the poll that you want to put out for Twitter involving quarterback?
Oh, yeah, I think I did, but I'll ask again on the air. I want to get your guys' opinion. So your life's on the line. Your team has to drive down the field, score a touchdown.
He did ask me this question.
You choose between, you get two quarterbacks you get to start. You can either be Nathan Peterman, who 1 in every 6 passes is an interception.
Nathan Peterman.
Yep. Or Conor McGregor.
Who's cannot throw a football.
But he doesn't throw picks.
He's small and wiry, so I think that he might be able to sneak.
He could run
one in.
like a Navy-style offense, like
Yeah,
run the triple option.
I think he could sneak one in.
Run the like triple option.
But
I would feel better about my life if Conor McGregor was under center.
I think I would have to ask if I, could make a phone call first.
Yeah. Can I get Gurley in the backfield? Maybe?
No, that could be the third. The third option is call your family before the game starts to say bye.
Yeah, well, I feel like you're doing that anyway, no matter who you choose.
Yeah, there's no way you win that game. But yeah, I feel like the McGregor Navy style offense. I think that might be the best bet.
Yeah, run the wishbone.
All right.
Oh, jeez.
All right, Pat, you got a little treat for us?
Yeah, I got a little treat. And this is for all you owners of players that just aren't producing. But this one in particular really hits at my heartstrings. Just listen to these beautiful keys, and I'll hit you with that beautiful voice.
Okay.
It's 1 p.m. on a Sunday. The Raider fans shuffle in. I got John Gruden sitting next to me, and his play calling is really a sin. I said, John, can you dial up Amari? I'm not really sure why you don't. He's skilled and he's tall and he can really do it all. When he wore the Crimson Tide's clothes. Have us a game now, Amari Cooper. Catch us some touchdown tonight. Yeah, we're all in the mood for some fantasy points. And you got that ceiling all right.
He's got that floor all right, though, too.
Very touching tribute.
Those are for all you Amari Cooper owners.
Well, luckily he won't hurt your team this week because he's on a bye. But, yeah, I don't even know what to say about that. That was
Amazing.
something.
I don't know, it's just a gift. They just come to me.
Well,
It's like I can't control it.
I wish you could.
Okay, Thursday night preview. We got Denver at Arizona.
Thank God
So
we're back
Josh,
to
go ahead and
football.
kick us off with some Denver players that you're liking in this in this matchup.
Phillip Lindsay. Love Phillip Lindsay. I think he is going to go ham in this game. We know that both teams are notoriously bad against the run, and I really like Phillip Lindsay in this game. And I also love Emmanuel Sanders in this game. He's playing that Adam Thielen role for Case Keenum, even though Case Keenum not a great quarterback, which I said that this offseason. I believe that, and it's proven to be true. Emmanuel Sanders is going to do really well because Patrick Peterson is going to stick to Demaryius Thomas, even though Demaryius Thomas isn't what he used to be. I think that he'll be good. And, I think Cortland Sutton's going to score a touchdown this game. Calling it.
It's going to be really hard for any wide receiver to do good when both the running backs are rushing for
a bajillion yards.
There might be 500 yards on the ground this week. The Broncos have given up 200 yards on the ground the last 2 weeks.
I love it.
And Arizona just lets everybody run on them.
You're afraid of
we saw Latavius Murray.
It's good back.
Went off.
Solid back.
Minnesota could not run the ball against a Pee Wee football team, and they ran it against Arizona.
Solid back.
Drew Brees, his son's team, was taking them out.
Well, he did have to run it 24 times to get 155 yards, so
that's still pretty good.
You worried about Royce Freeman or Devontae Booker maybe stealing some of Lindsey's touches and points?
They're going to be involved because Philip Lindsey's going to get tired from running all over the field. So Royce Freeman.
Do you think they go back to Royce Freeman being the goal line back? We didn't get to see it the last couple weeks because it's been blowout games.
It wasn't a blowout game. It was 23-20 in Rams. It's not that bad.
They were playing from behind and they were trying to keep up.
It's not that bad. Come on. I think Royce Freeman will go back, but I think that both of them are going to get carries on the goal line. Philip Lindsay's earned his share, man.
Yeah, Royce Freeman has become a touchdown or bust guy.
And Philip Lindsay is not, especially in PPR. But, I don't feel good, especially in a Thursday night game. I don't want to start Case Keenum. I don't want anything to do with him. It makes me very nervous. I understand he's had some 300-yard games recently, but that's because it's garbage time. I don't feel good about it, man. I don't feel good about it.
So you got Lindsey, Sanders, and you're starting Demaryius Thomas?
No, I'm not starting Demaryius Thomas.
Okay. Got a lot of teams on a bye.
There's 4 teams on a bye. That is factual.
One of them's Packers. Has a lot of good wide receivers.
And the Steelers, which is 2 other wide receivers.
Yep.
Okay.
I still don't
People
want to
might
start
be
him.
forced.
I think if you're forced into it, you're going to do it anyway, but I don't feel good about it.
He's a low-end flex is what you're saying?
Yeah, Patrick Peterson is still a top 5 corner in the NFL.
I don't know if Patrick Peterson actually will. I don't know what they're going to do with Patrick Peterson.
Well,
because they do move Demaryius Thomas around a little
first
bit.
He's going to put on his uniform, his cleats, and get out there and stretch.
I just want to say real quick, kind of a tangent, but not really. Going back to the Monday night game, talked about it earlier. You said number 1 corners don't cover slots.
Well, I know Richard Sherman went to the slot, but he ain't the number 1 corner. Let's get that straight.
Yeah, he ain't been a number 1 corner for a while.
Did you see Richard Sherman? He doesn't even line up facing the wide receiver anymore. He turns towards the quarterback, and he's bailing out before the ball's hiked.
Did you see where he got stiff-armed into eternity?
Yeah. But no, did you guys watch? So I started watching him play because I was... He doesn't run the bump and run anymore. He just runs. There's no more bump anymore.
Yeah, because he's just trying to use his length now.
His body's already turned. As soon as Aaron Rodgers hiked the ball, he was bailing out, and he was 20 yards down the field.
It's that LOO, Legion of Old.
No.
That is factual.
Yeah.
He's got Stanford education, though.
He does. He's a smart man.
Hey, we didn't say he wasn't smart, but... All right, 49ers. Nope.
Arizona.
Who you got over at Arizona?
Arizona? Well, this should be David Johnson's game right here. If you didn't buy on him yet, this is probably when that price is going to shoot back through the roof.
And sell him.
Like Michael Jordan said, the ceiling is the roof. It's a factual statement.
He's not wrong. About some Christian Kirk. He's been having some productive games.
Love it.
Christian Kirk or Larry Fitzgerald? Somebody put it on Twitter. What do you guys think?
Kirk.
Rest of the season. Rest of the season. Not just this game, but rest of the season.
What's going on with Fitzgerald's health? Because I know he's been
If you
hurt.
got to ask that, I think you're already asking your question.
Christian Kirk.
That's what I said too.
I'm an Aggies fan, so of course I'm going to choose Kirk.
Okay.
And I like what he's been doing. And you got that rookie wide
That's
receiver. They're making that connection.
It's just sad to watch Larry go out without a Super Bowl.
Love connection.
Larry's one of my all-time favorites.
He had a chance.
Oh, he's a great guy, great receiver, but he's kind of getting to the twilight of his career.
Yeah, it's just sad. What about Ricky Seals-Jones? How you guys feel about that?
So I know last couple of years Denver's been really bad against tight ends. How have they been doing this year against tight end, Josh?
Well, they haven't played a lot of teams who have utilized the tight ends properly. I mean, Seattle. This past weekend they played the Rams. I don't really know. I mean, it's kind of one of those skewed stats. To me, I would say that Ricky Seals-Jones, he's a low end tight end 1. But I mean, and if you have one of those guys that are on a bye, like a Vance McDonald or something,
or Jared Cook,
or Jimmy
Graham,
yeah, those are. Well, I know 2 of those guys are top 10 tight ends. I'm not sure if Vance McDonald's there yet, but I'm pretty sure he's close.
You're probably going to have to play Ricky Seals-Jones because the tight end landscape is so awful. Unless Jack Doyle comes.
Well, we do have Benjamin Watson coming back off a bye.
Ooh,
who we didn't have last week. Which one would you rather start? Ben Watson, the old man.
Who are the Saints playing?
They're playing Baltimore.
Seals-Jones.
Okay.
And I don't feel good about it.
Take Benjamin.
What about the will of tight end over in Baltimore?
Yeah. Well,
over Ricky Seals-Jones.
No, come on.
Yeah, the wheel of tight ends.
The wheel of tight ends. I showed him the app that I have set up for that, and he's like, "What is this?"
It's great. What's the other one we got to do? Running back? Is it Denver? No,
it's not.
Packers? I know we got to do one for whatever.
It's probably the Packers running backs.
I mean,
which one's going to be fantasy relevant?
None of teams we could do it.
None of them have really been
running
fantasy
backs.
relevant.
We could do it for the Titans, but the answer's none.
We could just do it for their whole offense.
There we go.
Mariota. We could just do.
All right, let's get back in this. So we talked about tight ends. Josh Rosen. You might want to start Josh Rosen.
No.
2 quarterback league only. Like I have to in my terrible dynasty league that I took over. That orphan team that's rough.
Number 1 pick, baby.
I mean, if you want to.
Playing for it.
It's an orphan team. No one really cares about orphans anyway, right?
Nope.
That's not true. My wife's over here. Oh. Oh. Yeah. That's a hot take.
If you think that's bad, just wait till...
Are you starting either defense? Arizona or Denver?
I'm starting Denver's defense. I'm glad you asked that.
Arizona's defense has been pretty good at home, and they've been putting up decent fantasy points.
I think Denver... John Elway came out and said that Denver's defense is soft. SAWFT, soft.
Yeah, and Bradley Chubb did have a really good game last week.
3 sacks.
Yeah, he was all over.
And Von Miller said he took that personal. And he's like, he's right. We're going to straighten it out. I think Denver's defense is going to be hot.
Yeah. Arizona's defense, I mean, they're not a big pushover either. And like you said, Case Keenum isn't a great quarterback. He probably will turn the ball over.
Oh, yeah, he's going to. Oh, for 100%.
And Patrick Peterson does love taking him to the house.
100%. So who is your Thursday night MVP?
Well, I take the home running back.
So you're going to take David Johnson.
Okay, there we go.
Pat?
Christian Kirk. Fire him up.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go with Philip Lindsay. I love Philip Lindsay this week.
Yeah,
nobody's taking Brad McManus?
Yeah, I took
Brandon
Hugh Jackson
McManus?
that one.
There you
week.
go, whatever his name is.
No,
That's the true MVP there.
You the real MVP, ma. All right, so...
Are you ready for these questions then?
I'm
that
ready.
pretty much wraps up our Thursday night preview for the Denver at Arizona game. And now we're going to get into some fan questions here from Twitter. Josh is going to hit us up with those questions, and whenever you're ready.
All right.
It's the little guys helping the little guys because the big guys don't have time for the little guys. Segment.
All right.
All right, let's do this.
So, question number 1 from CTR, Corey TR3 says, where does Greg Olsen rank among tight ends now? Now that he's back, where do you put him?
So 1's Ertz, 2's Kelsey, 3's still Gronk. And then that's when it gets fuzzy, right?
4 or 5 is Cook and Graham.
Not the way I mean, I get that's how they're falling right now. But I could probably say he's in the top 5. Greg Olsen is.
Yeah. I'd say, 5, 6, 7 range.
That 4 to 7. I mean, I'm anywhere in there, really.
And he's got the most upside out of a lot of those guys, even though he's old.
He gets the targets. And that's what you need in a tight, like that's all you care for in a tight end. Like we're talking about starting Ricky Seals-Jones, who had no targets 2 weeks ago.
No, yeah, I'm not.
And they weren't on a bye.
I'm not arguing.
Yeah, so
All right. So next question. Oh, actually, what do you think about that, Pat? Where do you think he's at?
I think he's just one bad hit, being broken again.
Yep, I agree with that. Ito Smith or Tevin Coleman
Tevin Coleman.
from Kyle Settle.
Did he say
Tevin
PPR or anything, or is he?
He didn't specify. It's just a quick in a vacuum.
It's still
one
Tevin Coleman usage.
Ito Smith, touchdowns.
Usage.
Touchdown.
Okay, this one's actually for Pat from Scott Doak. Is Tom Brady on the keto diet?
No,
No, he's on the TB12 method. Everyone knows this.
it's all about kale.
It's extremely expensive, believe me, I've tried. And he has his own cook. And he's got Giselle there. She's on it too.
Let's be honest. Giselle's the one paying for this. Football salary doesn't pay for this.
Well, apparently Giselle doesn't make as much as everyone thinks she makes. I know Tom likes his guacamole ice cream.
Okay.
And
All right.
so, no, it's his own diet.
Is
It might be a variant of the,
From-
what is it, keto? I don't know.
keto.
It's TB12. It's
Okay.
TB12 method.
Thank you, Pat. From Dalton Farmer, is Emmanuel Sanders a top 24 wide receiver rest of season?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think he's probably closer to possibly top 15 rest of the season. With his consistency, yes.
I completely agree.
Top 15?
Yeah. If this defense doesn't pick it up, they're going to be playing from behind and having to throw the ball.
I don't know. Think about all the receivers out there.
Yeah, I'd say close to it with his consistency.
I mean, you got
I
to
think
think
he's
Josh
close-
Gordon's coming online.
He's closer to
Julian
15 than
Edelman's
20.
coming online.
All I'm saying is he's closer to 15 than 24.
I think he's closer in the top 24 than he is to top 15.
Yeah, okay.
Watch out for Chris Kirk. What's next?
10-team, non-PPR. Can I count on Royce Freeman? I'm having a hard time imagining a scenario I'd start him.
Josh, what do you
Did
think?
you say 10 team?
10-team,
non-PPR.
non-PPR.
You can't start. There should be
Why
other
is he on
people
your
out there.
roster?
Well, yeah, you could drop him. Marlon Mack's probably out there in his league. In a 10 team, I'd rather have Marlon Mack.
No, I agree. Even in non-PPR, standard?
Yeah, Marlon Mack was getting touches.
Okay. All right. Okay. So from Neil...
What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, like I said, why is he even on your roster?
Okay.
Neil Ragavan says, what's going on with Jordan Howard? I wish I knew, Neil.
Yeah.
He's not making the big plays. I mean, basically, it's all about, Tariq Cohen he's going out there and he's breaking them. He's getting usage. I mean, he got 14 carries. They both fumbled. Yeah,
Cohen gets those receptions.
That's tough, man. That's tough.
So, yeah, I guess we don't really know what's going on. Do you think Jordan Howard's going to turn it around, though?
I do. I believe he will.
I like to believe he will. I mean, I've sent trade offers out there to it for him, but
Sounds like a no.
But I mean, it's until the last couple times we've seen this offense on the field. Well, Mitchell Trubisky's good. It's with Tyreek Cohen doing Tyreek Cohen things.
It's too bad, too, because at the beginning of the season, a lot of people picked Howard to kind of have that bounce back year. Not like Todd Gurley did last year, but something along those lines. And that's not happening.
And we saw week 1, he actually got receptions. And then since then, he really hasn't been used in the passing game at all.
It was a false hope. It was a fluke.
All right.
Don't.
From Tyler 43 something. Should I trade Mark Ingram for Brandon Cooks? I have Melvin Gordon and Mixon as running backs and Hopkins as Landry as my wide receivers currently. Should you trade Mark Ingram for Brandon Cooks?
I think he'd get more after what Mark Ingram did.
Yeah.
His last game out there.
Yeah.
I think you should probably try to shoot a little higher. We've seen since Brandon Cooks had that concussion, his last couple games have not been good.
I think he's kind of just in a panic because he has Jarvis Landry and things are not going well with Jarvis Landry right now. So don't panic, man.
Last year I did trade Alvin Kamara for Brandon Cooks when I had a lot of running backs, but
It still worked out for you.
Brandon Cooks was the clear-cut number 1 on his team.
Yeah,
And I don't think he is that on the Rams.
Everyone's number 1 on Rams.
Exactly.
I don't know. There's a lot of wide receivers out there, too, on the waiver wire. Keep Ingram, put him in your flex
So
if you're really that worried about it.
this is a question that I think we should answer just for our fans. This is the
So
last,
this is the last
question.
one?
This is the
Okay.
last one. Now, with the potential of Le'Veon Bell coming back after this bye week, what should you do with James Conner? And if you sell him, what are you hoping to get?
Oh, you got to sell high, baby. You got to get.
I think this is an important question we have to answer. Brad is just like, I don't
Well,
wanna
it's really
answer
hard
this
to
question.
it's really hard to sell people on their bye week.
Yeah.
It's easier to buy somebody on a bye than sell somebody.
But the news about Le'Veon Bell coming back hasn't really hit yet. Like, he
No,
was
the
supposed to
dude in
sh-
Miami saw him working out and said he's coming back.
Yeah.
He posted it on
trolls.
Twitter with a picture
Well,
of
how many
Le'Veon
times
Bell.
have people said he's coming back yet? And even then, he could be in a timeshare with James Conner.
Let's be honest. He's not. He might be in a 80-20 timeshare, but it isn't going to be anything that makes James Conner
Yeah,
fantasy
I
relevant.
mean,
It's no
Pittsburgh's,
Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara timeshare.
So, okay, so you're saying you should get rid of him.
James Conner, yes. I would try and get rid of him, get something.
Yeah, but
for
what
him.
are you getting? What are you trying to get, Pat? What trade
I mean,
offers are you
obviously,
sitting out there?
it depends on what your team needs, but like for me, in my predicament, I need a good tight end. I'm going to go after some tight ends.
How high at tight end do you think you're going to go? Because even the number one tight end is a wide receiver 2 in points right now.
Mm-hmm. Go after a guy like Olsen, Jimmy Graham, David Njoku.
Eric Ebron.
I like the other 3 guys better just because I don't know what's going to happen to Ebron when
Oh, yeah.
Doyle comes back.
Oh, his role's set now.
So
Like swimwear.
those are kind of the tight ends I'm targeting. Wide receivers, maybe go
Emmanuel
buy
Sanders?
Jarvis Landry low or Emmanuel Sanders.
You can buy Jarvis Landry super low right now. Like
Yeah.
I think
you
you might
ain't
be
got to use James
underselling.
Conner to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there you go. I mean, that's a doable trade because he'll be like, who's ever making that trade? Yeah, I'll get rid of Landry and I get Connor.
The guy I like is Dalvin Cook. He's underperformed. He's been hurt. I think if you can go get Dalvin Cook or maybe Lamar Miller, Jordan Howard, perfect example. Right now, Jordan Howard's he's not playing well, and someone might have some hope that James Conner will be in this timeshare or that he'll get the job. Go get Jordan Howard, especially if you believe him. But I like Dalvin Cook the most.
I like the Dalvin Cook point just because with the other guys, they've just underperformed, but Dalvin Cook's been hurt, kind of a little banged up. So there's a little more promise there when he gets back to full health.
And if you were starting James Conner, chances are you don't need another running back. You were just starting him from all the upside. Go fill a position that you need. I mean, don't. And the last position you want to trade for is quarterback. It's so deep. Don't.
But what if you're getting Patty Mahomes?
I don't
guess
care.
you really want him.
I don't. Yeah, if you just really like him, maybe. But yeah,
He throws football like I throw a
What-
tennis ball. So.
what running backs would you be targeting, Brad, if you were going to try and trade Connor?
You could probably see if the Alvin Kamara owner is still freaking out from the last game and maybe package. You probably have to package something with it. But
That's a bit of a stretch, but
No, I'm
anything's
just-
possible.
we saw Alvin Kamara owners go full tilt after that game with Mark Ingram back.
Some
And
of
he
them,
still hasn't played yet since
some
then.
of them did.
Yeah, some of them did. So you could see. I would throw some feelers out to the Alvin Kamara owner, James Conner, and a wide receiver, too.
Yeah,
See what you can get.
I turned James Conner into Alvin Kamara.
Yep, you therapist, you.
So I mean, but this is. Isn't that what we want? When you're selling high, that's what you try to go for, right? You're trying to go for this home run play.
Yes, I mean it can be done.
You don't want to sell him for Jarvis Landry, who's going to get you 3 points.
I'm just saying that might be a more realistic option.
It is a very
But
realistic
yeah, go
option.
for the home run.
Always
go
go
out.
for the home run.
Go and hit it hard, man.
What about David Johnson?
Hit it hard, man.
David Johnson, James Conner, and maybe a little bit of piece for David Johnson.
I like it. But you got to do it before this game.
Yeah,
Before
once
this Thursday night
night
game.
hits, you're pretty much done and over with, I think. But
Because then the David Johnson owners have hope again. Like, oh, he just rushed for 8,500 yards.
what about Leonard Fournette?
I don't want Leonard Fournette.
I mean, you want Dalvin Cook, and I think they're in a very similar situation.
Like, I don't know, man. I don't think Leonard Fournette's that hamstring's gonna be right this year. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up on the IR.
So
like
I think
Devontae Freeman.
you were talking about Dalvin Cook. the Dalvin Cook thing, I think, is what we've seen from most running backs after an ACL injury. It takes you a season to get right. Adrian Peterson still has us on this kick where we think they can rush for 2,000 yards right after an ACL injury.
They can.
Yeah, one did.
Facts.
One did. But it isn't the norm. The norm is it takes you a year to get right.
Well, Todd Gurley rushed for over 1,000 yards after he tore his ACL. His rookie season. Didn't he tear his ACL his last year in college?
Yeah. And then he came back mid-season.
Didn't Sony Michel...
Didn't he not play his last year in college? And then he went to the draft.
He got drafted. He tore it like mid-season.
Yeah. And then he balled out, got over 1,000 yards as a rookie.
Yeah, he got drafted in the first round.
Despite Jeff Fisher.
Pretty much didn't play his last season, so...
He was out for a full year, and then he rehabbed it. And
despite Jeff Fisher.
And he had a great game, but he still came back into the NFL. His first couple games were kind of slow. And he had a great last couple weeks.
All right, I think we have exhausted this question in talking about running backs who have hurt or been hurt and have come back.
I don't care if Le'Veon ever comes back.
That's fair. That's fine.
Care. I moved on.
How's your opinion?
I moved on.
What about James Conner for?
Dude, that's great. Great idea. Because he's gonna be a monster.
And he hasn't done anything yet, so his value isn't that high if people just look at fantasy points.
He is gonna be a monster. If I could get him from the guy in our league, I would. But it's you. So,
yep.
Yeah, he's gonna be a beast, dude. Straight up manimal.
Can't go podcast episode without playing that.
Okay. Well, glad that's our thing.
Yep. That is our thing. You know what else is our thing? This thing right here. What?
Go ahead. No, I'll say it again.
All right. Thanks again for tuning in to the M2 Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. From all of us here, Josh, Brad, and myself, thanks for listening. Follow us on Twitter at MTWagonFF. We got some good polls coming out. Got some good retweets. Got some updates coming your way. Follow Brad at Tack Jones, Josh at FF Josh Hughes, and myself at Patrick Pat 37. Tune in later in the week for our Week 7 preview. See ya.
Boom.
Remember, Thursday night games, do not put the people in your flex spot.
He says this every week. I don't.
Because people still do it.
Should just be a disclaimer.